another video for you. I'm sure you are watching all my videos and learning so many things. If you haven't watched them yet, please watch it today. I'm sure by now you all know how to write the different strokes. Today I'm going to teach you how to write them on the 4 rules. Parents or teachers, if you are watching this video today, let me give you a wonderful idea for you to help your child to learn the 4 rule concept easily and quickly. We all know that we need to teach our child to write the alphabets on the 4 rules, and that is a herculean task for the parents to teach and also the children to learn them. So here is an easy way that you can do for your child to learn it quickly. You can take an A4 size paper and draw the 4 rule with a marker. And then you can laminate this so that you can use it several times until your child learns how to write the letters perfectly on the 4 rules. As we all know, we need to teach them to touch the specified lines as they write each alphabet. So this is going to be very easy for your child. You can laminate this so that your child can write several times on it and you can clean it anytime you want and reuse it until your child learns to write all the alphabets. Now, as you see, your child can scribble on this whatever he wants and you can just clean it with a duster or a wet cloth. So in this way, this sheet can be reused several times. Another benefit of making this for your child is that in the notebook, the lines are very small for your child to see. And also at the start, a child will not have any control of movements to write with the specific lines. But if you are going to enlarge the lines for your child like this, he is sure to understand the line concept as to which lines he has to touch for which letters. So I hope this tip is going to be useful for you and you are going to make this for your child so that he can learn how to write the alphabets perfectly and neatly. So today let us learn how to write the strokes in the 4 rule. At first, keep in mind that you will encourage your child to use the dominant hand, whether it is his right hand or the left hand. You know better by now which hand your child is more comfortable using. That is the dominant hand, or we can call it the dexterity. The dexterity of your child can be assumed by observing him which hand he is using more often to do the different activities or to take when somebody offers something, or which hand your child uses while eating or playing. So the hand which your child uses the most is his dominant hand or his dexterity. So now let us go ahead with writing the strokes. So as I told you, you will encourage your child to hold the writing material with the dominant hand. And the other hand has to be placed in the corner or at the side of the paper or the book that your child is using. And as you all can see that there are 4 rules here. The first line is called the first red line. The second line is the first blue line. And this is the second blue line. And this is the second red line or the last red line. So when you are introducing the 4 rules to your child for the first time, please explain the names of these 4 lines and also keep repeating this time and again so that your child will remember the names of the 4 rules, because as we learn the strokes or the letters, we will be encouraging your child to touch those lines as he writes. So he needs to know the names of these 4 rules. When you are using a laminated sheet like this, you can encourage your child to use a whiteboard marker or a chisel marker like this. So when you use one of these, you can erase the marks from the laminated sheet easily. So now I'm going to use the chisel marker to write on the laminated sheet. So today let us learn to write the strokes on the 4 rules. So the first stroke that we learnt was the standing line. For the standing line, we need to start at the first red line and go down to touch the second blue line. standing line. Let's do it again. Start at the first red line, go down to the second blue line, standing line. The next stroke that we learned was the sleeping line. So for the sleeping line, we need to write it on the first blue line. Many of us assume that the sleeping line has to be written in the white space. But no, the sleeping line has to be written on the first blue line. We will learn more about this when we learn to write the capital and the small letters. At that time, the concept of writing the sleeping line on the first blue line will be more clear for you. So now, you can guide your child to write the sleeping line on the first blue line. You can even give them 2 dots at the 2 sides and you can encourage them to join the dots. Sleeping line. The next stroke that we have learnt is the right slanting line. For the right slanting line, we start at the first red line and go down to the second blue line. This is the right slanting line. For the right slanting line, we start at our right side and go down to our left. This is the right slanting line. The next stroke is the left slanting line. For this, we start at our left side and go down to our right. Left slanting line. For this, we start at the first red line and go down to the second blue line. This is the left slanting line. If you have any confusion to differentiate between the right slanting line and the left slanting line, you can watch my video in which I have explained very clearly the difference between the 2 slanting lines and where to start them and where to end them. You can make the concept more clear and easy for your child if you watch that video. Please do watch it. Now let us learn to write the different curves. Let us start with the right curve. Start at the first red line and go down to the second blue line. When you are making your child to write the curves, you can guide him to touch a certain point at the first blue line. You can give him a dot here and encourage him to go slanting and touch that dot and come back to this place. This is the right curve. Now let's learn to write the left curve. For the left curve, we start at our left side and come down back to our left. So we start at the first red line and come down to the second blue line. This is the left curve. Let us learn to write the downward curve. For the downward curve, we start from the second blue line. That is, we start from down, go up, touch the red line and come down again. We start from the second blue line and come back to the second blue line. This is called the downward curve. Let us learn to write the upward curve. For the upward curve, we start at the first red line, go down, touch the second blue line and come up again. We start from up, go down and come up again. This is the upward curve. So these are the different curves that we need to teach our child. If you want to know more about these curves, please do watch the video in which I have explained where to start it and where to end it, and this will clear your child's confusion. The link is given in the description. Now let us learn how to write the curves within the 2 blue lines. The small curves that I'm going to teach now can be used for the small letters. For writing the small curves, encourage your child to write between the 2 blue lines. These curves can be taught to get perfection in the small letters. So this is the right curve, or we can call it the small right curve because we are going to write it between the 2 blue lines. And this is the small left curve, the small downward curve and the small upward curve. If you notice, these curves are used in alphabets like C, D, B, N, U, M and W as well. Now let us learn the zigzag line. For writing the zigzag line, you can either start from the second blue line and go upwards to write the zigzag line. For this, you can encourage your child to start from the second blue line, go up to touch the first red line, come down to touch the blue line, go up to touch the red line, come down to touch the blue line. You can even guide your child to write it the other way, that is, start at the first red line, come down, touch the blue line, go up, touch the red line, come down, touch the blue line, go up, touch the red line. For writing any of these zigzag lines or any of the strokes, please make sure your child does not lift his hand until and unless he completes to write the stroke. If you notice, these two zigzag lines are going to help your child to write the letters M and W. You can follow the same to write the small zigzag lines. Zigzag line and zigzag line. I'm sure this concept is going to help your child to write more neatly and comfortably. Once your child has mastered writing on this sheet, each stroke, you can guide your child to write it in the notebook. Hope this tip is going to help your child to write more nicely and comfortably. See you soon in the next video.